I'm going to do, we're going to create this online shop. So hopefully, if you've created your, I'm not going to go through and sign up for a Shopify free trial, but when you sign up for your Shopify free trial, you will end up with this. So this is, you'll just get this. This is the homepage you get when you log in. So I'm just going to walk through every step that we will take to build that online shop and to get it up and running. And hopefully I will do it in an hour if I don't chat too much. So my store is a mother and baby gift store because I thought that would be quite nice. Okay. So the first thing you'll need to do when you get into your shop is we need to go in and kind of set a few defaults like the currency and your time zone and that kind of thing. So you go down to settings at the bottom here and then into general. And this is where you will just put your business name. Oh, here we go. And there we go, where you put your business name, your contact email, that kind of thing. Obviously legal names of businesses and contact phone numbers. So this is where you'll add all of that. You'll want to set your time zone to your shop time zone, obviously, if I can find London, and set your weight, because as you're entering products, you'll for shipping, if you're shipping based on weight, you'll need to have weight set into your products. While you can change this as you're entering a product, if you want it to default whatever you would use, which I think for us is probably going to be kilograms and grams. So depending on what products I'll probably choose grams. None of mine's particularly heavy. So make sure you set your weight down here. You can add prefixes and suffixes to your order numbers here as well. And then you need to make sure that you've got right currency. Once you've had your first order through your shop, you won't be able to change the currency. So make sure that is correct before you start. So we'll hit save. Oh, okay, it won't let me not put a phone number in. There we go. So I am going to start adding products. Now the first thing I'm going to do, just because it makes it a little bit easier for me, is I'm going to add what they call my collection. So what everybody else calls a product category, Shopify calls a collection. And I'm going to add these first, just so that it makes it easier as I'm adding my products to, hang on, let's get these out of the way. It makes it easier to just add them to categories as you go along. There we go. So I'm going to create my first collection, which is gift baskets. So you can put a little description in if you want to, you don't have to. You can add a collection image. So this is if you go to a page which shows all your categories, it will show the image of the category. If you don't put a collection image in, it will just pick one of your product images as a collection image. The one thing I would at this stage advise you to do is set it from automated to manual. So a manual collection type, you just decide what products go in your collection. Automated, it's a little bit more advanced. You can kind of, you can set rules as to what products go in which collections by sort of tags and things like that in your products. But to start out with, I think it's easier to just use a manual collection type. So oh, these chat boxes are all in the way. There we go. So there's my first collection. I'm going to create 2 collections. Okay, create another collection, and this one is going to be baby clothes. So once I've created one manual collection, it will kind of default because it knows I want them to be manual. So that's my second collection, and I'm just going to hit save. So here I have my 2 product categories or collections. So next, we're going to add some products. So under the products tab, you just go to all products, and surprisingly enough, we click to add a product. Okay. Now I have, because obviously I'm under time pressure, I have cheated a little bit because I have kind of got my product descriptions and product titles and that kind of thing all set, sort of copied in advance. So I can just going to copy this into my product description here. Now there's a, you know, a nice video, text editor here. So you can format this as you would with sort of any text editor. So I want these are my little options inside my gift basket. So I'm going to have those as a bulleted list. You can do tabs. You can insert images in your descriptions if you want to. Obviously, I'm going to add a product image anyway. I'll show you how to add an image when I do the blog post later on. So that's my product description. And now we want our product image. So I have, okay, I didn't go and find my, hang on. Right, here we go. It is my baby girl gift basket. There we go. So here's my product image. You can add multiple images here. You can add videos as well, actually. If you want to add multiple images, just keep adding, and then you can sort of drag and reorder, because you'll have a main image. Just, I know this isn't going to be right. I'll get rid of it in a sec. You'll have multiple, you can have multiple images, and then you just, if you want to swap which one is kind of the main product image, you just grab hold, of that little 6-pack thing there and just drag it to the main image. So you can just reorder them quite easily like that. I am going to delete that one because that's the boy one. There we go. So there's my product. Pricing, stick your price in here. The compare at price. So if you want to show that a product is on sale, you would put the normal price in your compare at, and then you can put, say, $17.99 in your price, and then that will show, or you'll see how it shows. It'll show that it's been reduced, which can be quite nice. If you can track your costs, so if you actually want to run reports inside Shopify that give you profit figures, then you can put your product price in here. Whether or not you're VAT registered, obviously, I'm going to uncheck that for now. Stock keeping units, SKUs and barcodes. I mean, this, if you are planning on selling on Google Shopping or Amazon or eBay, you will need to have entries in stock codes and barcodes in particular. I would recommend that you do create a SKU for your products just to enable you to keep track, so that you can, you know, have some kind of logical format for your SKUs, so that you know which product is which if somebody orders it and you've got a long list of products. So it's quite, I do recommend doing that. Again, you can track quantity inside of Shopify. So you can, you know, set how many you've got in stock and then decide whether or not you want to continue selling after you've actually sort of sold out as far as Shopify is concerned. So decide how you want to do that. If you're custom making products, for example, then I guess you wouldn't really need to do that. So we'll have to put how many we've got available. Let's say we've got 5 available. Okay, yes, this is a physical product. This is where we need to put our weight for our shipping. I'm going to put, I don't know how much my basket weighs. Let's say it weighs 1.5 kilos. Now we haven't got variants. I'm going to do a product with variants in a minute. So that's all of that set up. If you have to, this is a bit annoying actually, because you have to, you kind of, let's get to that. You want to hit save down here, but then you have to scroll to add it to a collection. And this is where you tell Shopify which category you want your product to be in. So this is a gift basket. So I just check that gift baskets category, and then that product is set to gift baskets. The vendor field is, this will default to your shop name if you don't enter anything in here. If you sell branded products, this is where really you would put the brand, like like they've got their Nike or Adidas or whatever. Product types, again, you don't have to enter product types. That's a way of organizing and sort of filtering your products if you need it. You don't have to use it. So I'm just going to leave it blank for now because I think that's going to be easier. So that's our first product. So we hit save and we will have a look and see what it looks like. So once you've created your product, you can see what it looks like on your store. So there we go. There's our first baby girl gift basket. There we go. And then you can see where I put the 2 prices in. It's showing that it's on sale. And there we go. That's our first product. So I am quickly, because it's kind of a bit silly to just have a catalog with 1 product in it. So I'm going to very quickly go through the same process to add my baby boy gift basket. There we go. So you can see it's all kind of, once you get into it, it can be quite quick, and you can kind of, if you've got like this, you've got products that are very similar, you can actually kind of duplicate a product to save typing it all in. There's our boy. Now we've had a run on girls on boy baskets, so they're full price. I'm going to track the quantity. I've got 8 of these available. I want to get rid of these. My weight, no variants. This search engine listing preview, by the way, this is how, when somebody searches on Google and you're kind of, if your product comes up in sort of the normal listings, this is what it will look like. So you can edit this by clicking on here. You can edit how the title appears on the product. It doesn't change what it looks like here, but what it will do is change the words shown up here and how it would look in a search engine. So you use that for search engine optimization if you want to get specific keywords into a product title, but you kind of don't really want to have them on the actual product title. I hope that makes sense. So there we go. I just need to add that to my gift baskets collection. There we go. And we'll save that one. Okay. Now this time I want to add, I was going to add 3 gift baskets, but you're going to get bored just watching me add the same thing again. This time I'm going to add a product because I want to show you how to add a product where you might have different options for that product. So we're going to create some beautiful little booties. Oh, there we go. And of course, my little booties come in pink and blue. Where are they? Over here. Pink and blue and yellow. So to save me having to create 3 different products for the pink, the blue and the yellow, I am, excuse me, I am going to, when this uploads, create variants for the product. There we go. Okay, I haven't got a clue how much booties cost these days. It's been a long time since I bought any, so let's call them, let's say $5.99. And I'm going to add multiple images. So I've got my image of all my booties, but I want to add the images for individual products. So I'm going to add blue and pink, and there's my yellow. Okay, come on, Sky Broadband. Okay, so I'm not going to track quantity on these. You can still track quantity, and you can track the quantity of individual options. So, you know, I can say I've got 6 blue and 4 yellow or whatever, but I'm not going to track quantity. Come on, come on, come on. Not going to track quantity of these. There we go. You can do it. How much does a pair of booties weigh? 200 grams, maybe. I don't know. Okay. So variants, this is where I need to set up my options for my different colors. I just need to make sure that that's loaded before I click something. Come on, come on.
Sorry, while we're waiting for that to load, quick question, which I think I suspect somebody else might be thinking. If you do this with the variants, so that you've got the blue, the pink, the yellow, if I were on your website and I was searching for booties and I found the listings, would they come up as 3 different listings with different colors, or would it come up with one and then a little note saying that there are different color options? How would that?
It will come up as one, it's going to be one product, but you can link the images to the colors, which I'm going to show you once. Well, now when I go and set up the variants, you can say this image goes with yellow, this image goes with blue, so that if somebody selects an option, they'll see the right color. So you're going to see that in 1 second. I'm just going to add it to my collection up while I'm up here there. So that's in the baby clothes section. So, okay, variants. So as by default, you get these different types of variants that you can have. So size, color, material, style, and title. So mine obviously is going to be color. And yes, we have to have an American spelling. But hey ho, I don't think anybody's going to be too worried about that. So all you do to add your variants is you type in what your variance is and hit the comma. And as soon as you hit the comma, it will pop up as a variant. So we'll have pink, blue, and then when I hit the comma, up it goes, and yellow, hit the comma. Okay, and that's done. You can have multiple. So if I wanted different colors and different sizes, not a problem. We just add another option here and have sizes and whatever sizes you want there. So here you can see I've got my 3 variants. Now you can assign different quantities. As I said, you can track quantities for different options, different SKUs, different barcodes. Is all done there. Now you can, I mentioned about the images. What you have to do first, before you can assign images to a particular option, you have to hit save. And then it will allow us, you can see we've got these blank image icons here. It now allow us to say which image goes with which color. So for pink, I just click on that. I can choose, because I've already uploaded them. If I hadn't uploaded the options, I could just upload them now. That's not a problem. So I'm going to say that's the pink. Done. Blue, blue, and yellow, yellow. Okay, so that's the colors assigned to the images. So if we hit save again, and then we'll go and have a look at this product in our shop. Okay, so let's preview our product. So here we go. It's defaulted to the pink option and it's showing the pink image. When I change the color, it changes the image. Okay, so that's all very, very groovy, actually. So here are our 3 products. Okay. Now we do have some organizing to do with my menu, because having 3 products is fine. If you just, this is the default menu that you get in your shop. If you just click on catalog and you've got 3 products, that's not a problem. But if you've got a number of products in lots of different categories, that's not going to work. You need to be able to have a menu up here which allows you to choose your different product categories so that people can navigate their way around a little bit easier. But before I do that, I want to show you how to set up. There are certain pages that you need to set up in your shop. And those are like your privacy pages, your shipping page, your refund policy, and all of these. And so it's easier to have these. What's that? I can't get rid of my, there we go. Okay, so down to settings on the very bottom left, and then you go to legal. And this is where you have your refund policy, privacy policy, terms of service, and shipping policy. Now, Shopify are really good because you just hit create from template and they give you a really nice template. Obviously, you need to adjust this based on what your particular return policy is, but it's a really nice way to have something to start with that you can just work on and adapt for your use. So same for privacy policy, create from template, and it just populates it, and it goes, you know, it gives you areas there where you need to make adjustments. If you Google any of these, terms of service or sample privacy policies, you'll find loads of websites give you details of and information on what you need to include in all of these. Same with terms of service. Again, you will need to have all these in place. Not necessarily to just launch your website, but if you start wanting to do ads or anything like that, they will all look to make sure that you've got these policies in place before allowing you to proceed. Shipping policy. I did a little shipping policy. It's one I made earlier. And I'm just going to paste it in here. And I just wanted to show you quickly. You can, I mean, this, I don't know what this will look like because it's all a bit misaligned here if I save this page, but you can add a table like you would inside, say, Word, for example. Shipment method. Okay, so that's the first column, and then I'm going to right click inside. No, I'm not. I'm going to click up here, and I'm going to insert a column after, tab across, it'll jump into the next column over here. Estimated delivery time. Click on here again, insert another column after, tab across, okay, shipment cost. All right, so I can delete that. Now, when I'm in this end column, if I just tab, it will automatically create a new line for me. That's not how you spell economy. Okay, 3 to 5. I'm just going to try and be a bit quicker here. Let's copy paste and then tab. It will create another. Oh, that's not going to work, is it? There we go. Let's do it. But let's do it the hard way. I can't remember what that was now. 2 to 3. Okay, business days, you get the drift. £4.95. And then we'll have overnight. My little star. I mean, you'll just make this read however you need it to. But you know, you can format your pages and make them look a little bit tidier by using these tables and that kind of thing. So that's my shipping policy. So hit save, then we have all of those policies and pages available on our website. There's another page that we also need to create, and that is our contact page. So that one is under the online store and then pages. So pages allow you to add any static page that you want to your website. The absolute minimum you really need is a contact us page, but you can add an about page, you know, I don't know, well, anything, special offer page, just a, you know, a nice a history page, something like that. Anyway, so we are going to add a contact page. That's the only one I'm going to add at the moment. So you just click to add the page, and you'll notice on the right here that you've got a template for the page. Okay, if you click down, you'll see there's either a standard page or a page.contact. So obviously for the contact page, we just want to select that. Now this will, if that's all you do, you obviously need to put the name here. If that's all you do, what you'll have now is a page with just a contact form on it. You should really put more than that. So you'd have, you know, call us on 1295, whatever. And, you know, email us on info@. Okay. And then when I save this, you can see, so I've got my text up here, and then you've got a normal contact form. And this contact form, you don't have to do anything to set that up. And somebody sends a message, it will automatically email you to say that you've got with the message. Okay, so that's our contact page. I'm checking things off the list here because I need to make sure I don't forget anything. Okay, so now, of course, we have, let's go to our home page. We have all these pages. This is my basic store, but I have no way, how do I get to them? I have no way of getting to them. So we need to sort out some menus so that we've got links to all these pages and these categories that we've created. So under your online store, you'll see navigation here. Okay. And you've got two menus. You've got the footer menu and the main menu. So obviously this one at the top is the main menu. The footer menu, you'll see, is this little one which says quick links down here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my policy pages down in the quick links down here, and then everything else is going to be added into the main menu at the top. So let's start with the footer menu. To edit the menu, you just click into it here. You can see it's already got the one item in it, which is search, which is, that's what you can see down here. So I'm just going to add a menu item. And I am going, in fact, you don't even need to type anything in here. If you're linking to a page, if you click in here, it will ask, what do you want to link to? Right, I want to link to a page, and I want to link to contact us. And it will automatically populate the name with whatever the name of the page is. So that's that one. I'm going to add another menu item. And if you scroll down, it's hidden under here. You'll see policies. So that's where all those shipping and refund and everything. So I'm going to link to privacy, add. Another policy one. Let's have our refund policy, add. And let's have our shipping and add. And let's add our, which is the other one, terms of service. So I'm going to, you can edit this. I'm just going to make that terms just to make it a bit shorter and add. So this is now everything in our menu. You can rearrange them in the right order. You can drag them around like this. Okay, and reorder them to make them the order that you want. Now, I have done this so many times. You have to save the menu down here, because I don't know the number of times I've come in and done this, and then just for some, I just see it, it's there, it's lovely menu, and I forget to hit save at the bottom, and then you have no menu. So let's pop back to our home page and refresh. And there we go, we can see our menu, our links down at the bottom here. Now we need to do our menu at the top of the page, nice to show all our catalogue and our products and things. So we go into our main menu. Now I don't just want a link that goes to my whole catalogue. I want to have links that go to individual categories. So I'm going to delete that catalogue link, just remove it. And then I'm going to add a link that goes to my collections. So I'm going to have one link that goes to gift baskets. Okay. And then another link that goes to my baby clothes. I am also going to add a link to my contact page at the top, because I think it's important to have it really clear where people can get hold of you. So I'm going to add my contact page as well. And if you want to have a blog on your website, this would be where you would add your link to your, you can add your link to your blog up here as well. So I'm going to add my link to, they call it news. I don't really know why. I'm just going to call it blog. And there we go. There we have our menu. I'm going to hit save before I forget. And then we'll refresh. And then we can see our different menus, our menu here. Just a quick, how am I doing for time? Half an hour, plenty of time. Right, a quick note. When you've got like two categories like I have, it's not a problem. You can just have you can have them all in a line along here, because it's no big deal. If you had 10 product categories, to have them all in a row along here would look probably a little bit weird and not very nice. So you can sort of nest your categories and pages underneath each other in this menu. The best way to show you, really, if you grab hold of that little 6-packy thing and then move it to the right, then that is now nested under gift baskets, and I can add multiple subcategories. So this would be a main category, this would be a subcategory. I just want to show you how that looks. So it's really easy to organize your navigation and if you've got lots of different types of products that you want to categorize really sort of nicely. And then you can see it shows that there's another option, and then you just click and you can go down to your other categories. So that's just quickly how to do subcategories, and we need to drag that back. This never works as easily as it should. I'm going to drag it down there and back up. There we go. And now we've got separate menus. There we go. So how do we look so far? Right. Okay. We've got a really nice, yeah.
Hannah has asked in the chat, is there a minimum or a maximum number of categories that you would recommend in terms of the number of categories that you separate your products into on a shop?
Do you know, I could get on my soapbox and rant for an hour about product categories and categorizing products. It really does depend on how many products you've got in your catalogue, and how easy you want it to be for people to find them. There is no minimum and there's no maximum, but you just have to think, if somebody lands on a category and they are presented with 100 different products, the chances are, with no way of kind of organizing them or sifting or sorting through them, the chances are they're going to bail and they're not going to bother looking through. So the one thing I would say would be to sort of, you've got multiple products and different types of products, kind of have a think about how you can organize them so that you have a fairly good spread across your categories. So you don't want one category with 2 products in and another one with 202 in. And just think about how people are going to search. I mean, I could go on for hours on that one. But yeah, there's no minimum and no maximum. You just have to think common sense when you're coming to sort of decide how to organize them. And that's why I wanted to show you how you can kind of have these subcategory menus up here, because chances are, if you've got more than, a few dozen products, you're going to need multiple categories and be able to organize them really nicely. So I hope does that make sense? Okay, so yeah, we've got our lovely menu. We can get our way around our shop, but like it really doesn't look very good at the front. So let's move and look at our themes. So excuse me. Shopify comes with a selection of free themes. So the theme is just kind of the basic layout of your store. So when you come under online store, when you go to themes, you'll see that your current theme will be, I've just stuck with the default theme, which is debut. I quite like that one because it's clean and it's, not too fussy. Now you can, they've got a whole theme store, which if you click here, you can pay for themes. I mean, there are so many different themes. So they're about $150 to $200, most sort of pre-built themes. You can come and have a little look. You can browse by industry, although no theme is restricted to an industry. They just kind of, they use that really to kind of guide, to help you. I don't know why they do that, because no theme, you could use a jewelry and accessories theme on a health and beauty shop. But I think they kind of categorize it by the way that they set the themes up. A lot of people will have, like this one, a sort of a when they build the theme, they'll have these examples to sort of give you an idea of what it looks like. But anyway, so you can explore all of these themes. You can filter by whether you've got a small catalogue or a large catalogue, whether you want like wide or narrow. I mean, there's so many options. You can choose whether you want a free one or a paid one. So there's 9 free themes. Okay, I'm going to stick with the debut theme because I actually quite like that one. If you want to have a play with a different theme, all you do is, let's have a go. Oh, let's look at simple, shall we? Let's look at that one. You just on it, you click, you can view a demo. I mean, obviously you can have a look and see what it's like. You just add the theme. Okay. And this is the same for paid themes, by the way. You can add the theme to your store without buying it. So you can have a test and have a play with a theme without actually having to buy it. So when you add that to your library, it'll show up underneath here. And then you can go in here and have a play and have a look and see, you know, how you can adjust it for what you want based on what I'm going to show you just now. And if you decide that's the theme you want to use, it's not until you actually click on this actions button and go publish, and that is when it will then move up and become your current theme. So you can have a play with half a dozen themes down here if you want to. It's only when you actually publish here that it will come up and be your current theme. So I just wanted to show you that. So, but I'm going to work with the debut theme because I quite like that. So you're going to hit customize, and then this will take us into the theme editor, which is all drag and drop. Okay, right. So the way that a Shopify theme works is it's basically all split up into just lots of different sections. So the sections that we can see on the left here are, as we work down the page, you've got the header, which is where you've got your menu up here. Let me move that window, there we go. So this is your header, and then you can see you've got image with text overlay. This is this one here. You've got another image with text, that's this one. You've got text and columns. You've got loads of different options. You've got features, categories, lots of different options here. And so what you can do with these sections is you can just hide them if you want to. You can delete them. You can add new sections. Okay, there's loads of different sections here. Slideshows. I mean, it's well worth having a little play, to be perfectly honest, and seeing, because you can't really break anything at this stage. But what I'm going to do is, because in our, if you can see, where's my, there it is. So, you know, this is the one that I'm kind of aiming to build here. Okay, so we are going to, wrong one, back over here, there we go. So I'm going to hide a lot of these because I don't want them. I don't want the image with text there. So I'm just going to click the little eye and it'll just disappear. And then if you kind of decide you want it back later, it's easier to bring it back. I'm going to hide that one. I'm going to keep my featured collection because that's what I've got on my demo store. I don't want the gallery. I don't want the testimonials. Okay, I think that's what I have got in my main shop. So first of all, I've got my featured collection. I'm going to keep popping back here so we can see. So this is my featured collection that I've got on my home page. Over there. And so obviously here, I haven't told it what collection I want to be in there. So in my featured collection section here, if I just click on it, and then it allows me to select which collection I want that to be. I want that to be gift baskets, and we'll select that. You can adjust here how you want it to display. So I've only got 2 products in mine. So I guess it makes sense to just have the 2 products. If you had 3, obviously, because I only added the 2 gift baskets here. So you can just adjust how you want that to be laid out, how many rows you want. And those are various different options. Okay, you can change how you want your title to be. What did I have on my featured gift baskets? There we go. Okay, and then once you're done with that, you just need to hit up at the top right here. Okay, so that's my featured gift basket section. And now I want to sort out my image at the top. Okay, so I've got a little, just a little image at the top here. So here's my image with text overlay. I created that little image earlier. There it is there. And there it is. Now, for me, I think this is far too wide, because when somebody comes to my website, I don't want them all for them to see is this massive image. I want them to start seeing products and be sort of enticed in. Okay, so let's select that image first of all, but then we can choose the section height down here. So anything from adapted extra large to extra small. I can't remember what I chose. Yeah, I think that was it, small. So small I think is quite nice because it's quite a cute little image. And then your heading, which I just was very inventively going to have welcome. And then if you want to have a little bit of text underneath, you can. I'm not going to, I'm just going to have that little welcome banner there. Okay. You can add a button. I'm going to add a button further down the page. I like to keep hitting save as I go along. I wouldn't lose that if I went back to this. If I click the little back arrow to go back to my main section, it would save it, but I do like to hit save as I go along. So there we are. We've got our nice welcome banner. We've got our featured gift baskets. What we need now is a nice logo up here. And so I need to go into the header and select an image for my logo. Again, I created this is a different logo, this one. Created a little logo earlier. Incidentally, Shopify have a free logo generator, which is, here we go, talking about logos. So hatchful.shopify.com is a free logo generator, which is what I use to create this one. I mean, they're not really, really snazzy, but they're quite nice. They've got some quite nice ones in there, and it's free. You can just get something to get you going. You can head over to Fiverr, and for 5 or 10 quid, you can have somebody create a custom logo for you. If you've got the budget, a website called 99 Designs. Where's the chat? I'm going to stick this in chat. Where's my chat box? Oh, I don't like this. I can't find the chat. Don't know where my chat box has gone. Where is my chat? There it is. Okay. Panelists and attendees. Okay, those are the links. That's Fiverr and the free logo generator from Shopify.
Logos,
sorry.
Hannah, just while you're on the topic of logos, Hannah has asked, which I think you've answered, if you have a pre-designed logo or banner, is that easy to incorporate into the theme? Is that what you're doing here? You pre-designed this image or that logo, and you can just drag and drop it into Spotify like you do the images for the products?
Yes, yes. So that's what I'm doing here. So we've just installed it here. You can see it's a little bit, you can kind of adjust it as well. My logo is bigger than that. It's gone very small. So you can adjust how big you want that logo to be here. So you don't want it too big. I think that's quite nice. There we go. You can decide whether you like, so there's lots of options. All themes are going to be slightly different when it comes to this. So it's worth having a little play, because on this particular theme, you can choose to have your logo in the middle, or you can choose to have it on the left. I personally prefer to have it on the left because I just think the less distance people have to scroll to get to products, the better. So, so there's my logo. Quickly as well, again, this most themes allow you to do this as well, is that you can choose to have an announcement bar across the top, which in the current climate would be something that's very useful, because you can actually put up here, you know, we're shipping as normal, or, you know, please allow an extra 3 days, where we'll get your order to you as soon as we can. All right, so that's a really handy thing. And then you just put your little announcement up here, okay, and then that will show. You can choose to show it only on the home page, or you can uncheck that box and it will show across the whole website, okay. And you can even link to something else. You can, you know, say go and check out our shipping policy or whatever. So that's quite handy to know anyway. So we've now got our logo. The other thing that I have on my little featured thing is my demo store, is my little, I'm going to put that one down. Sorry, my chat boxes keep getting in the way. Or the little Q&A. Is I had just a little image, didn't I, across the bottom here, because it was like really nice. And we've got a button. So I just want to show you how to add a button into your banner image. So let's go back. And we're going to, this is the image with text overlay. That's this one here. So now I'm just going to select an image. Now, they do have a free sort of collection of stock images available to you, and you can just search for baby. Okay, let's just have a little pretty baby. Come on. Oh, there we go. There's a little pretty baby. So we just select that, and there you go. You have a nice sort of free stock image that you can use. Okay, I will have a small, okay, and then you can edit everything. You can, you know, edit the way the width of the image. I mean, I don't know why you'd want it. That kind of doesn't look right with it cropped off like that, but full width, the height, the text size, everything. So baby loves the best. Shop our gift. Shop our gift collections now. Right. But I want to have a button. So just type in the button label field and it will add the button in for you. And then you tell it, excuse me, where you want to. Let's go to baby clothes on that one. And then you tell it where you want the button to link. And then that button will link straight off to the baby clothes section. Right. There was one other thing I had. I mean, this is so many, I'm running out of time a little bit here. So that you can see how it works. You can add lots of different features. Have a little play. It's really easy. You can't really break anything at this stage. Okay, so that's our theme. Few things, we're almost ready to actually launch the store, okay? If I refresh, there we go. So we're almost ready to actually launch the store because these are, you know, it's a fully working checkout, but at the moment we don't have any way of taking payments. So with the payments, we are going to go to settings down the bottom here, and then you'll see payments. Now Shopify provide a payment gateway. So all you have to do is come in here and activate Shopify payments. So it deals with the merchant account and everything. You don't have to do anything. You just activate it, tell it which cards you want to accept. Now I'm not going to do this bit live because it won't let you save anything without actually putting all your details in and your business bank account and everything so they can pay you your money. Okay, but what I am going to do, I've got it set up in this other store so that I can show you what it looks like once you've got it set up. Okay, so once you've got it set up, you can see here that you can choose which methods of payment to accept. You can have, you can do Apple Pay and Google Pay. I would recommend that you just leave all of these checked. The more options you give, the better. If you want to sell multiple currencies, you can. You can decide how often they send you your payments for the money that they've taken. And you can enable test mode. So test mode is really handy because you can basically go through a checkout and then they just give you I think it's on this page. If you click on here, they give you a table of all the different card numbers you can use to, here, you can use these different card numbers to test all the different types of cards that you want to take. And it's really handy. You can just process orders, and then obviously it doesn't charge you anything. Make sure your billing statement, this bit here, is going to be recognizable for the people when they look at their bank statement, because the last thing you want is to have something in here that they look at and go, who the earth is that? I don't remember buying anything from them. Phone at the bank, cancel the card, you get a charge back, nobody's happy. So just make sure that you put something in here that they are going to recognize as being your shop. Okay. So that's the payments settings. Okay, just quickly want to talk about your checkout. Now I'm going to go back into my other one. Come on, there we go. Okay. Okay. I want to quickly discuss as well your checkout options. So you can do the same, edit the way that you can add banners and things to your checkout by clicking this customize checkout option. So worth having a little play if you want to. What I just want to highlight, this is where you would decide whether or not you want somebody to have to create an account when they check out. To minimize the friction of your checkout, I would recommend that you either have accounts disabled or optional, because you want people to get through as quickly as possible. And if they have to create a password and a login, then they're more likely to abandon the cart. Okay, there's various different options down here for what form options you'll require. Try to make it as easy as possible. That's the only thing I would say really for this, is don't make them do too much stuff to get through your checkout. Okay, this is where you decide whether you want to show them an option to sign up for your newsletter. And there is one abandoned cart email that will be sent out through Shopify, which you can enable here. So if they leave the checkout halfway through, as long as this box is checked, they will get an email either 1, 6, 10 or 24 hours to say, hey, you've left something in your cart, go back and finish. So I highly recommend that you leave that set up as well. Okay. What else do we need? Shipping. We need to do shipping. I've been talking too much. Okay. Shipping and delivery. You need to set up your shipping costs. So under settings again, your general shipping rates. This is where you manage your shipping, and you'll come in here and set up your standard rates. So this is where you can just click the 3 buttons and edit. Our standard rate, I think, was $4.95 if I recall, and then you just add your extra rates here. Economy, and that was $2.95 I think, wasn't it? Here we go. You can add free shipping if you want to, because you can add a condition based on order price. So if say want free shipping on orders over 50, okay. Then you can set the rate to free based on order price, minimum price of £50, and then that way you've set up free shipping for orders £50 and up. Everything is here for international shipping, domestic shipping. You can link to FedEx and all sorts of things with some of the apps, but that's the basic that you need to set up. Is obviously a standard UK, I guess, if you're in UK shipping. Oh, let's save that. There we go. Okay, you're nearly there. There's one thing I want to highlight. So our preferences here, when you're launching your shop and you're going to want to share it on Facebook and then Twitter and all your social media profiles, you want to control kind of the image that shows up. So to do that, under online shop and preferences, you can come here and you can change the image and the title of how your so I don't know, I quite like that little one. I know this is not the image I would want to share, but just to illustrate, you can, okay, maybe we won't. You can upload a custom image so that that is the image that it uses. You know, in the preview image on Facebook when you share, that is where you will set that up. The page title, I didn't set the page title, so this will be, you'll set it here, and a little description, and that's what will show like this when you share your store. This is where you put your tracking codes and that kind of thing. Your store will be password protected by default when you create it. So obviously you can view it because you're the admin. When you come to launch, you just uncheck that box and then anybody can see your store. Okay, 3 minutes. Okay, now you can launch your store as it is. You just disable that check password, and if you note, the URL is just motherbabyhampers.myshopify.com. You can have a fully functional website just on this domain if that's what you want, but most people will want a custom domain. They want to have their own web URL up here. So in order to do that, under online stores, you just go to domains, and you can buy a new domain through Shopify if you don't already have one, or you can connect to an existing domain. So depending on who you're registered with, you'll put the domain name in here, and it will, I mean, I can't show you this now because it will depend where your domain is registered, but you follow the prompts, and it'll lead you through what you need to do in order to actually publish your website on your own website address up here. Okay. And that's it, actually. That's done. And that is your website. Your website is launched at that point. You can take payments, you can process orders. Obviously there's a lot more involved once you start taking orders and things, but we're not going to go into that now. But that is, I've just about managed it in an hour. That is your website done. You have a fully fledged e-commerce website. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to be notified when we publish new videos or go live.